Hello children, today we are going to start with new chapter number 1, number system. As a number system, the name itself suggests, yes, it deals with what? Numbers. In our daily life, we come across various numbers. Numbers play an important role in our life. Yes, if I ask how many students in your class, you may reply 25. So what is that 25? 25 is a number. Yes, 25 has the same value in India as well as if you go anywhere whole over the world. Yes, that 25 value won't change. That means it is universally accepted. Okay, the numbers which we deal with, they are always universally accepted. Okay, if I go in the bank, I withdraw suppose 1000 rupees. So 1000 rupee, that is the amount, or that is what? That is a number. Okay, so in your previous class, you have seen different types of numbers. So first we'll have just we'll revise it, and then this video, it will be consisting on just the revision of till now what you have studied about number system. Nothing is new in this video. Till 8th standard, whatever you have studied, that we have covered here. Okay, so it's a revision video, we can say, for the number system. So the first number system you came across was natural numbers. Yes, if I ask you to count, suppose I have been given some chocolates. So if I'm going to count the chocolates, I'll be counting from what? I'll be saying what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that means what I'm doing is I'm counting that numbers. So the natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. And my counting, I starts from what? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I start the numbers with 1 with, and the rest I'll be saying 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So we can say that natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. It consists of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. That means that 3 dots, it implies that there are infinite numbers. Infinite means it is unlimited. I cannot have the greatest number. Okay, so can we find the least natural number? Yes, that is 1. Okay, so 1 is the least natural number. And natural number set, it is denoted by capital letter N. Okay, then what we had studied, your natural number set, least number was 1. I had the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Suppose if one more number I put in that box, or suppose if I put that that number is 0. So if a number 0 is added to a natural number set, it becomes a whole number. Okay, so which set will be greater, natural number set or a whole number set? Yes, you are right. It is what? Whole number set will be greater, because whole number set will contain one number greater than natural number set, and that number is 0. So what we can say is collection of infinite numbers consisting 0, 1, 2, 3 are said to be whole numbers. And here the least whole number is 0. And the whole number set is denoted by capital letter W. It is easier to remember. Whole number, so capital letter W. Natural numbers, capital letter N. Then you have studied how to represent the numbers on number line. Yes? You have studied again how to represent that natural numbers as well as whole numbers on number line. So this is a number line. Here what we have done, here it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, these numbers are equally spaced. Okay, they are equally spaced and the numbers increases left to right and the numbers decreases right to left. Okay, that means I can say that 2 is less than 4 and 5 is greater than 4. Is this clear? Okay, this is what the basic you have studied. Nothing to explain in this. Next the set was integer set. What was that integer set? Yes, integer set, it was collection of what? Negative numbers as well as the positive numbers. Okay, so the negative numbers are the numbers that are less than 0. So the number which are less than 0 are called as negative numbers. Then they are opposite of the positive numbers. Negative numbers are usually written with a negative sign. In front of the numbers, they are opposite of. When the set of negative numbers is combined with natural numbers set along with 0, the result is the set of integer. That means if I write natural numbers, least natural number is 1. So 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. Then negative natural numbers if I write to -1, -2 and so on along with 0. Then this set, it becomes your set of integers. Okay. So this set is the set of integers and set of integers is denoted by letter Z. Okay. Don't forget it is letter Z. Okay, that Z letter is nothing but it is the German word called as Zahlen. Okay, which means it means to count. So integer set denoted by Z, it means Zahlen and that is a German word and it means that the meaning is to count. Okay, so that was your integer set. Again your integer set you have represented on the number line. So the numbers towards your right of 0 are positive. Numbers towards left of 0 are negative. Okay. So till this you have studied. Again last year in 8th standard you have studied again rational numbers. So rational numbers were what? Rational numbers are the numbers which we can write as P by Q form, where Q should not be equal to 0 and P and Q are integers. Okay, P and Q are integers, but the condition is what? Q is not equal to 0. Why that Q is not equal to 0? If Q is equal to 0, I'll be writing the number as I can write it as 2 by 0. But can we divide any number by 0? No, it is not possible. Okay, so always for a rational number, your denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, so remember this. Then what it is given is all the integers are rational numbers. All integers are rational numbers. Why? Suppose if I take -5. Is -5 an integer? Yes. Now how can I say that -5 is a rational number? Yes. Rational number should be what? It should be of P by Q. That means some numerator and some denominator I should have. So can I write -5 equal to -5 divided by 1? Both are the same. That means I have written -5 in terms P by Q form where Q is not equal to 0. So we say that all integers are rational numbers. Then what can you say? So whether all rational numbers are integers? Yes, my question is whether rational numbers are integers. Yes, think over it. Can I have 1 by 2 is a rational number? Yes, it is a rational number. But what about, is your 1 by 2 an integer? No, it is not an integer, right? So what we can say is every rational number is not integer. Similarly, every rational number is not whole number. Every rational number is not natural number. Okay? So this is what is the basic thing. Can I say natural number is a rational? Yes. Because 100 is natural, 100 I can write 100 by 1. Okay? So this is the concept for rational number. Hope it is clear. Now, rational numbers, they are denoted by the letter Q. Since we have P by Q form, that means I am taking a quotient. Okay? So this quotient, that letter we have taken here Q. Okay, quotient. When I divide suppose 2 by 3, okay, so that we are dividing there. So that quotient that Q, it is taken from the word quotient. If Q is equal to 0, then P by Q becomes not defined because we cannot divide any number by 0. Okay, hope this is clear. Next, when we say P by Q is rational number, or when we represent P by Q on number line, we assume that Q is not equal to 0. Here it is printed as hash. It should be not equal to 0. Okay. So Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q have no common factor other than 1. What does it mean? Just see. It is P and Q have no common factor other than 1. Suppose this is my 1 by 2. So whether 1 and 2, is there any common factor? No. Only common factor is what? Only common factor for 1 by 2 is 1. Suppose if I take here it as 3 by 6. Now 3 by 6, can I have a common factor? Yes, I can divide this by what? 2. So, this I can divide it by 3 itself. So 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. So is it 1 by 2 itself? Yes. So whether these two values are the same, 1 by 2 as well as 3 by 6 is the same. Yes, they are called as equivalent fractions. You have studied in the previous class. Yes. So the base ratio remains the same. Okay. So now here 1 and 2, they don't have any common factor other than 1. And such numbers, they are called as co-prime. They are called as co-prime number. Co-prime means what? They have no other factor other than 1. Suppose if I write 12, 14. Whether 12, 14 are co-prime? No. Why? 12 and 14 have common factor as 2. Okay. So I cannot say 12 and 14 are co-prime. If I write 12 by 14, I can write into simplest form as 2 6 are 2 7s are. So it is 6 by 7. Now can I say 6 and 7 are co-prime? Yes. So this is my simplest form. Is this clear? Okay. So whenever you write a rational number, that should be written in the simplest form. There should be no common factor between numerator and denominator other than 1. Okay. Next. Simplest problems. Okay. You have to just tell whether the answers are true or false. First question is, are the following statements true or false? Give reasons for your answer. You should give the reason why you are saying whether it is true or false. Now see the question. Every whole number is a natural number. First it was your natural number, then it is your whole number set. So which set is greater, whether whole number set is greater or natural number set? Whole number set is greater. So can I say that every whole number is a natural number? No. Why? Because 0 is a whole number, but 0 is not a natural number. See, what can I say? So this statement is false, since 0 is a whole number, but 0 is not natural number. In such a way, you have to give the reasons. Okay. Now second question. Every integer is a rational number. Every integer, if I take an integer, suppose it is -7. -7, is it an integer? Yes. Can I write -7 as a rational number? Yes. How can I write? -7 I can write as -7 by 1. You take any integer, suppose if it is 100. 100 is an integer, but 100 I can write as 100 by 1. So it is P by Q form. So it is a rational number. So in particular I can say that if x is an integer, I can write x as x by 1, and hence every integer is a rational number. So this is the explanation. The statement is true since any integer x can be expressed in the form x by 1. It is x by 1. Okay. You should write it as x by 1. Next. Third question is, every rational number is an integer. Every rational number. Now suppose rational number P by Q form. So I am writing it as 3 by 4. Whether 3 by 4 is a rational number? Yes. But whether 3 by 4 is an integer? No. Therefore what we can say? This statement is false. Okay. So what we can say is every rational number is not an integer. I have written here since 1 by 2 is rational, but it is not an integer. Is this clear? Now, next is 0 is a rational number. You have to say whether it is true or false. 0 is a rational number. Can you guess? Rational means what? It should be written in P by Q form. 0, can I write it as something 0 by 100? 0 by 100 is always 0. Yes, P by Q form where Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q are integers. 0 is an integer, 100 is an integer, and 100 is not equal to 0. Okay, or I can write 0 as 0 by 99. That means I can express 0 as P by Q form. So the answer is what? It is true. So we can say that 0 can be written in P by Q form, and you can give any one example. Okay. So this were the easy questions. Now See, this is the important remark. Between any two rational numbers, there are infinite rational numbers. Now suppose if this is a number line. This is 0, 1, 2. Okay? Now when I write like this, can I say 1 and 2 are rational numbers? Yes, because every integer or every whole number is what? A rational number. Now, when I represent here, I cannot see any number between 1 and 2. But we have infinitely many numbers between 1 and 2. See how it is? If I write it as a number 1, 2, I have to check, can I have infinitely many rational numbers? Yes, you can. What to do is, suppose if I write 1, can I write 1 as 20 by 20? Yes. 2 as, make your denominator same, okay? So if I am writing here 20, 1 I have written as 20 by 20 and 2 I am going to write as, that means what I have done is 1 I have multiplied with 20 by 20. 2 I have to multiply with, I have to make denominator as 20. So 20 by 20. So this becomes 40 by 20. Now between 20 by 20 and 40 by 20, I have there how many? 19 numbers. Similarly again, if I put in between that any two numbers, I'll get again some more numbers. So if I continue it, I have how many? It will be infinitely many rational numbers. So this remark is the important one. Between any two rational numbers, there are infinitely many rational numbers. Okay? Now, such question you have done in 8th standard. Find, we'll be doing just two type. First type, there is no denominator. In the second type, you'll be having a denominator. Okay? Just it is a refreshing whatever you have studied in the previous class. So, find any 5 rational numbers between 2 and 3. Now, what is the step? 2 and here it is 3. Whether my base are the same? Yes, 2 is same as 2 by 1, 3 is same as 3 by 1. So, whether both the denominators are same? Yes. So, first step is to check whether both are having same denominators or not. Then, easiest method is just multiply the number by just multiples of 10, or I can have powers of 10. Either you can multiply by multiples of 10 or by powers of 10. Powers of 10 will be easy. I'm just writing it as 10 by 10. 10 by 10 is 1. So 2 into 1 is 2 itself. So I'll get here as 20 by 10. Same, 3 by 1 I can write as 3 into 10 by 10. That means I'll get as 30 by 10. Clear? See, I have written here 2 I have written as 2 into 10 by 10. 3 I have written as 3 into 10 by 10. So now between 20 by 10 and 30 by 10, that is same as 2 and 3, I can have this many numbers, this many rational numbers. So among them you can write any 5. If the question is to write any 2, you can write any 2. Not compulsion that this specific number has to be written. Only the condition is the numbers should be between 2 and 3. Okay? Hope this is clear. Okay, so this is the easiest method. Using the same method, if the question is find 6 rational numbers between 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. Now here it is 1 by 2 and the second number is 2 by 3. What is our first step? Check whether denominators are same or not. Here the denominator is 2 and here it is 3. So denominators are not the same. So if denominators are not the same, make it equal. How to make the denominators equal? Find LCM of 2 and 3. So what is LCM of 2 and 3? It is 6. Okay. So I'll be getting the LCM of 2 and 3 as 6. Now what to do there? I have to make 1 by 2. This denominator I have to make as 6. So by what should I multiply? 2 into what is 6? 3. So the same number should be multiplied in the numerator. So I'll get as 3 by 6. That is what I wrote it here. Same, 2 by 3, make the denominators as 6. So I have to multiply by what? 3 into 2 is 6. So I'll be getting 4 by 6. Okay. So I have 3 by 6 and 4 by 6. But between this, can I get directly 6 rational numbers? No, I cannot. 3 by 6, next number 4 by 6 itself. So I cannot. So what is the easiest way again? Just multiply that given numbers by 10 by 10. So I'll get first as 30 by 60 and the second as 40 by 60. Both the denominators are same. Okay. I have 30 by 60 and the other is 40 by 60. So now between 30 by 60 and 40 by 60, I have 9 numbers. So I can take any 6 rational numbers. Okay. So this is the way to find any 6 rational numbers between any 2 rational numbers. Okay. The steps are clear because this is what you have done in the previous class. If there is any other method you have used, you can use that method. Okay, because in the text it has been shown the different method. So if you prefer that, no problem. Maths is a thing where the steps which you undergo, okay, the main thing is what? The steps, some of you may do it by the another method. Only the thing is the method should be correct. Okay, there should be a logic. Okay, so if you find this method easy or the same thing you have done in the previous class, then the same method you can use. Or if any other method you have used, you can prefer that. Okay. Next, so in this video we are going to just conclude it over this. Till this, whatever we have done, we have just seen what are the number systems. In that it includes natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and then we have seen rational numbers. Okay, one more type is there that we'll be seeing in the next video, that is irrational numbers. So in this video we'll stop till rational numbers. Your homework is to complete the notes, whatever the notes I'll be giving along with the video and exercise 1.1, and you can submit the homework by Tuesday evening 6 p.m. Okay, hope you all have understood till now. Thank you.